So outwardly, my life, it looked so planned and successful. But actually, inwardly, it was sad, tiring. I would often tell Gerald that I was in a dark place. Yung something that kind of tiredness that sleep and vacation they could not fix. Parang empty, hindi mo alam. There's something, wala namang salang kulang kasi my family is there, everything. But I don't know, I cannot explain ano yan. I believe in God already. I mean, I know, okay, God is there. But He wasn't the one directing my life. Parang, I believe in myself, my hard work. Yung, alam mo yung manifestation, actually, after that, I realized that's dangerous. I thought that if I will follow my heart and I will work harder, I will be happy. But I was wrong. I really felt empty.
Welcome to Linguist Access Podcast, where we all get together to learn more about inspiring stories behind every journey that will give you the courage to push past challenges and overcome obstacles, all for God's glory, with your host, Shalini Oritaves.
Hello, welcome to Linguist Access Podcast. My name is Sha, and today our episode is nothing but short of inspiring. We have a dedicated registered nurse here who wants to care of patients in Qatar. Never imagine she's going to battle not only her life, but even her dreams. She thought that she would never make her American dream happen. But with due resilience and, of course, strong faith and determination, her greatest trial turned to be a powerful testimony. I am very proud to introduce today our very special guest, Jeressa Caparas. Hi, Jer! Is there anything I missed in your bio that... Yeah, meron ba akong na-miss sa bio mo na gusto mong idagdag for our audience to know?
I think it's all complete naman. Okay.
Yes. 17 years as a registered nurse. Imagine that. Graduated cum laude, 2 master's degree. And, you know, these dreams are really happening gradually, but then instantaneously, the world just collapsed. So my first question is, can you share a little about your life when you were diagnosed with cancer?
Okay, ate. So, before my diagnosis, as you mentioned, I was working as a nurse in Qatar with my
Okay.
family. So, I spent total of 14 years there. So, 10 years in the clinical setting. Tapos, in the past 3 years, I was focusing on quality and patient safety. So, like, mga accreditation, JCI, ganyan. So, I'm a hospital compliance coordinator. So, my husband, Gerald, is also working in the same hospital, in the medical ICU. So, actually, we were living a comfortable life in Qatar. So, parang we didn't consider agad yung American, dream. And we are very busy. Alam mo naman, kapag parehong nurse yung parents, mag-asawa, parang busy. Parang hindi na nga halos kami nagkikita sa bahay. So, we have a daughter, Ellie, before the diagnosis, if she was 5 years old, during that time, I mean. So, yun, both of us were working full-time, tas we're juggling our roles as parents, me as a daughter, kasi my parents were with us also during that time. So, tapos, sabay pa, kasi sobrang ambisyosa nga. So, I was taking MBA nung time na yon. So, meron pa akong online class. I'm waking up at 3 a.m., mga ganon. Kasi online yun eh. So, as I mentioned, we really doesn't have that American dream. Pero after the weighing the pros and cons, then Gerald and I decided to try. Tapos, we both passed our NCLEX ng 2022. Then, he soon received an offer dito sa Florida. So, we just came here 2 months ago. Yan. So, personally naman, I've always been a workaholic. Actually, very goal-oriented, planner, ganyan. I had plans A, B, tapos, actually, may C pa, parang, I want to be ready always for anything. Tapos syempre, I'm working din in quality. Tapos, ang ano namin talaga doon, mitigating risk, avoiding failures, mga ganyan, di ba? Tapos, parang, overachiever, ganyan feeling. I was achiever, ganyan. Kasi like, honor student since childhood, chasing the next, yung milestone. Kala mo ganun naplano ko na yung buhay ko. Hanggang kailan. But, I didn't realize then na I was already becoming a people pleaser pala. I was parang constantly seeking validation dun sa mga accomplishments tsaka mga titles. So, meron nga akong story at nasimula.
Yes,
So,
please.
I even named my iPad that time. Ang name niya, Billionaire. Kasi nga, I was reading before, alam mo yung mga Think and Grow Rich, yung mga, tapos
Robert
yung
Kiyosaki.
I am powerful, ganyan. Kasi nga, I was totally unaware that pride was already creeping in and my priorities were becoming earthly talaga. So, outwardly, my life, it looked so planned and successful. But actually, inwardly, it was sad, tiring. I was tired. I feel so empty, ganun. I would often tell Gerald that I was in a dark place. Yung something like kind of tiredness that sleep and vacation, they could not fix. Parang empty. Hindi mo alam. There's something, wala namang sanang kulang kasi my family is there, everything. But I don't know. I cannot explain ano yun. I believe in God. Hindi naman, I believe in God already. I mean, I know, okay, God is there. But He wasn't the one directing my life. Parang, I believe in myself, my hard work, yung, alam mo yung manifestation. Actually, after that, I realized that's dangerous. That manifestation, yung mga philosophies na ganyan pala. I believed in those, but I thought that if I will follow my heart and I will work harder, I will be happy. But I was wrong. I really felt empty.
My question is, Jer, kailan mo nalaman, anong taon ito na nalaman mo na you have cancer?
This was, last year. Talagang everything
Last year
mabilis
lang.
na. Last year, yeah.
Okay.
So, parang, di ba COVID? Tapos, me and Gerald, we work in COVID. Tapos, parang later, nung 2023, nagkaroon din ako. Tapos, you have on and off cough, ganyan. Tapos, hindi ko siya pinapansin. Kasi nga, kala mo, it's like part of the long COVID yung tinatawag nila, di ba? Tapos, everyone in the office, parang ikutan lang kami. So, kasi we are in the office, tas like, cubicle kami doon. So, parang hindi ko siya, ignore ko lang talaga kasi hindi naman ako pumayat. And I'm just like this talaga pa rin. Wala akong nararamdaman. Pero, I have like rashes, which I thought that, it's just like allergies, ganyan, and some mga bruises na malalaki, actually. So, parang, alam mo yun, I just ignored it. Sobrang focus ko sa work. Then, during that time, we are preparing for certification. And it's the first time in the hospital na mangyayari yun, yung plane. So, parang super busy namin, actually. So, hindi ko siya pinapansin. Tapos, yung US, actually, Gerald was the one,
principal applicant si Gerald. Okay.
Yeah, tapos, actually, alam mo ba, because of the test sa dito. Di ba kasi we have to do the embassy interview. So, Gerald was telling, we have to prepare the blood test, ganyan. So, sabi ko, okay. Sige, lang
prepare,
ako, go.
comply. Oo.
Tapos, the night before, actually, I was so exhausted that day. I work, galing sa work, stress, may mga problems pa, personally, ganyan, piling up. Tapos, we were not actually okay. We're having an argument. Then, in the night, I whispered to God, like when I was nakahiga na lang ako, sabi ko, Lord, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Just take me. Nasabi ko nga yun, actually, pinag-anuhan talaga siya. Kasi sabi ko, just take me. I'm tired already. Ganon. In a snap, the next day, yung blood test came. One of the result was high. I think D-dimer. Kasi doon namin ginawa na rin sa hospital eh.
Okay.
Nung pinag-work ka ni Gerald. So, thinking that maybe it's pulmonary embolism, ganyan. We went to a private hospital. Then, actually, ayaw pa ako i-x-ray. Ako yung nag-request na sabi ko, can we do x-ray? Sabi ko ganon. Kasi sabi na baka allergies lang, ganyan. Kasi hindi naman din, parang wala din naman silang makita na parang kailangang
Oo,
concerning, gano'n.
oo.
So, Gerald was the one who got the result. He doesn't wanna show me. Kasi wala naman sa
Alam niya na.
Tapos bigla sabi niya, "Hala, mommy, what's this?" Tapos sabi niya, there was a large mass extending from the right lung to the left lung. Akala nila lungs kasi x-ray pa lang 'di ba? So it was extending daw. Tapos so while driving home, di pa talaga nagsisink in So sabi ko lang, "Do you think it's cancer?" But I don't think so. I feel so healthy. Sabi ko, we were convincing ourselves na, no, hindi. Pero siyempre, pumasok na, hala, mamamatay na ba ako? Ang dami ko pang plan. Sabi ko talaga sa kanya, Daddy, I want to go to Japan. Yung biglang gano'n.
As
Kasi nga,
in.
nakaplan na hanggang dun But anyway, parang, Tapos, ayun, when I was already alone in my room, yun na, I knelt down, I cried to God. Sabi ko, yun siguro first time where I really cried. What's this? Never, ang huling hospitalization ko when I gave birth to Ellie. 10 years ago, noon time na yun. Hindi ako na hospital. Tapos alam mo, tutuan at the start of the miracle is, when I opened my phone, there was a song. Kasi ko nag-Spotify muna ako. Parang mag-emo ko na. Yung may song na hindi ako familiar doon. Ang title niya Faith. Faith by Ben Olsen. So actually, it's about surrendering to God's plan and trusting His timing. So, ito, sabi niya, yung pinakauna, ito na dito to The song begins parang siya, I don't remember the day that I chose your plan. So niya, you sent me to a mortal life and grow and to make it back.
I don't remember the day that I chose your plan. You sent me to a mortal life to grow and to make it back.
Parang, Lord, oo nga, no, I never followed. I followed myself.
As in.
I only think about myself.
Oo.
Tapos parang, doon ko na, wait, he's talking to me? Hindi naman siya talagang voice na but I felt
but the song, the message of the
I felt
song.
God. I mean, that is the communication already. Gandi na mo naman siya sabi na tinawag or tinawag ka ni God na narinig mo talaga na ganon. He was telling me something. Kasi it was really basically about a self-righteous person talking to God and how the life events align, line upon line in His divine timing. So parang it expresses yung trust mo kung yung even hindi mo pa nakikita yung full picture, you trust Him. Hindi pa siya visible. Pas parang sabi niya talaga, I will heal you. You have to trust me. You have to go through the process. I will heal you. I love you. I will heal you. Then, yun, that's the time I really surrendered my life to Jesus, accepted Him as my Lord and Savior.
So
Tapos
when ito, di ba last year to? So that was when you're about to be treated?
Yes. Not yet. Right after the, right after
findings.
Hindi pa. X-ray nga. Na, diba, na, yung kasi, pa lang, so, pag-uwi namin, while driving home, tas yun na, kasi nga, parang ako, wala akong, yun, biglang iyak na ako, dahil, malaki
Actually, so, to be exact, ano siya? Anong findings nila? Where was the cancer?
After the series of tests na, like, CT scan, ganyan, nung CT scan niya, hindi ko siya makalimutan. Kasi pala, parang syempre, di ba, doon kasi tatanggalin mo lahat ng damit mo And that was the first time na ako lang mag-isa, na wala si Gerald. Pag pala, yun mo pala mafe-feel na, oh my God, at the end pala, it will be just me. But then I remember, Lord said that you will heal me, you are with me. So, you know what, ate, siya lang talaga yung kasama ko noon. And during the CT, I was telling nga, you know what? He was not just with me. I saw him really he was hugging the whole place. It's not just me. He is hugging. So, he was really there. And I don't know. I cannot explain. Ang ginawa ko lang naman is to surrender. Kasi, yun lang yung una mong gagawin. Surrender and leave it all to Him. Kung yung old Jeresa yun, I don't think nakakayanin ko yung gano'n na lahat. Kasi I don't know from where I get the strength.
Totoo.
Talagang sabi nga nila, paano? I don't know, I cannot explain where the strength's coming from. Parang mahirap siya i-digest, but kasi knowing myself and an overthinker, but I don't know. It was just like the sustenance was from him talaga.
At saka you
So,
can't
dun niya,
control eh. Wala kang
yeah,
control na eh. Diba? And
yeah,
you are
nothing.
the moment I met you and when I read your profile, talagang alam ko na you're the kind of person who wants to take control of almost everything. Parang kaya ko to lahat. Kaya ko to, kakayanin ko to, kaya lang. And then here comes, meron kang ganun na sakit na alam mong wala kang magagawa and it was so sudden na parang, tapos diba? And then
Yeah.
you just there, you gave it all to
Yes.
God. God was talking to you.
Yes.
Grabe.
Yeah,
So,
totoo. Yung ganun lang.
yung exact findings was, where was the cancer?
So, lumabas na siya. Then, pumasok na ako sa work kasi
Okay.
kasi I'm okay. Tapos yung biopsy, CT-guided biopsy yung ginawa eh. It took like 2 weeks. So, I live like normal. I did rounds, pero umuubo na ako. Lumaan na yung ubo ko. Kasi nandito pala siya. So, talagang, tapos, sige pa rin, inom lang ako na. And ito pa, I left, the day before they found out, yung desk ko nga sobrang gulo niya, ganyan, sa desk ko. Kasi, I was expecting I will come back the next day. I never, na cancer siya. Tapos, Gerald called na, I'm here already kasi sinusundo niya ako every day. So, yung voice iba na. Tapos, bumaba na ako. Tapos pag ko pa lang, I saw his face, then I already know. Cancer? Ganun lang. Sabi niya, Sabi ko, well, we've prepared for this. Sabi ko ganun sa kanya. So, it's ganun lang naman yun eh. It's either you go through the process or dun sa journey alone, or you go through with God. So, mamili lang tayo. Sabi ko, we already surrendered it to Him. And let's see where He will lead us. Fortunately naman din kasi Gerald has very strong din. Actually, I cannot guess kung parang siya yung backbone nung time na yun dahil strong din niya. Kung yung mga iba, hindi nila kaya na makita ako during the treatment, everything, Gerald really, he was there to dun ko nakita lang din talaga. Tapos, right after ate, the same day, na we went to kasi, siyempre, doon din naman kami nag-work, so parang, din na we can,
talk to them about it.
I met the senior consultant na hematologist na talagang lymphoma team namin. Meron kasi sa Qatar, like, National Center for Cancer Care and Research. So, right, I got the appointment. And ang ko lang is the doctor was like very straightforward din. Sabi niya, it's a big mass. Kasi nga, 14 cm. 14 cm has CM. It was thought like this. Tapos very casually sabi lang niya, we have to do emergency chemo because it's near your heart. So, pag hindi natin to ginawa, pwede nang maano yung heart mo. It's here.
Talaga? Oh my.
So, sabi niya, when doctor? I thought the next day, ganun. Sige, bukas. Tapos tinanong niya, do we have vacant room? Okay, today.
Today.
So, you see, I was just doing rounds. Meron pa ako mga iniwan na assignment. Ano gagawin ko? I'm okay. Then you will do chemo. Tamina. Yeah. Because you have to do it. Tapos, okay. Then doctor explained. I was expecting na chemo would be like 1 hour. Ganun. Sige, diba, daycare lang naman yun. Then you will go home. And explain niya, lymphoma. So, it's a cancer in the blood. So, blood cancer siya. Tapos, malaki nga. Kasi sabi niya, the protocol is 5 days drip. Sabi ko, sabi ko yung 1 day, paano nila nagayip? Tapos, I have to do care. Sabi niya, yeah, that's why you have to be admitted. So, okay. Sabi ko, so, yung nakaano pa ako noon, yun na-admit na ako. Then, the first cycle started. Tapos, very lucky naman kasi, yun nga, na nandun kami sa Qatar, so
you have the best
na
medical
mabilis yung naging
care.
Ganyan. Ayun, di ko lalav. Tapos parang, okay, go through na lang. Meron pala ako isa nakatulong din sa akin noon. Kasi habang I was waiting on parang pukuhanan ako ng dugo that time, I was reading, may nabasa ako ng magazine. Yung mga yung sa mga cancer survivor. It was an article about the cancer survivor. He was 16 years old that time. Tapos, hindi niya kasi alam kung what's cancer. He thought that it was just sakit na treat ng antibiotic. So in short, wala siya alam. Tapos, sabi niya, if this God wants me alive, no man can stop it. And if he wants it vice versa, no one can stop it either. So, parang yun yung naging
Ang gaan, no?
bigla.
Ang gaan.
Oo. Sabi ko, nga, no? Kasi alam mo ba, 87 years old na siya. Ngayon.
Talaga? Amazing.
So, pwede pala naman yun. So, parang nakakaano yun na pwede pala yun mangyari.
Comforting
Kasi parang ang stereotype is, cancer, mamamatay ka na.
Dreaded siya, parang wala na. It's hopeless. Pero what was the stage? Anong stage mo?
3. Kasi right after, because meron konti dun sa spleen. Kasi siya, iba yung staging is nandito pa siya upper. Actually, ate, this is what I did. So, dahil nga I never look at my tests, results, anything.
Okay.
I surrendered it. I don't want, kasi I told myself, I'm a patient. I will be a patient. I'm not a nurse this time. I'm the patient this time. And there's a reason why I am the patient and I'm not the doctor. I'm not the nurse. Because knowing my life, I will be an overthinker. Ando na ako sa dulo.
Yeah, babasahin mo lahat.
Symptom, you will, everything. So now, I'm a patient. I will be treated as a patient. Ganyan. So, to be honest, only recently, I checked my results, everything. Kasi to help another lymphoma patient na like asking some, they just recently found out also. Tapos sabi ko, sige na nga, maybe God was, that maybe I can help this person. So, that was the time I read everything. Kasi di rin nila, yung basic na pag dinidiscuss sa akin ng doctor, I knew it. But, when, like the details, because knowing we are medical, diba?
Alam mo dapat. Alam mo na lahat.
Everything you will question, you will ask whatever you will feel. So sabi ko, no, I'm a patient this time. Pero, minsan naman, parang, okay, ganito pala yun. Kasi, nurse kayo, diba? So, kaya pala, ganun. Parang ginipig ko. So, okay. So, sabi ko, ganito pala. Tapos, ang isa din na nakatulong sa akin kasi, maybe this will help yung
other
mga
viewers. Yeah.
Viewers na I remember yung conversation ko with my doctor and some of my nurses because really I talk to yung mga nurses. Talagang kinakausap ko sila. Kasi I will always encourage them, ngayon ko na-feel kung gaano ka-important pala yung trabaho natin. Na kung wala pala tayo, talaga palang yung nurse yung makikita mo, yung mga small things na dati, wala naman, yung parang hindi mo kasi ang dami mong pasyente di ba? So, yung mga psychological preparation, yung mga ganun, para, mahalaga pala talaga yun. Kasi, becoming a patient myself, parang, this was the effect pala. Tapos, yun nga, kausap ko yung mga nurses, ni-interview ko sila, tapos you will learn about their stories, sobrang daming miracle stories pala talaga. Nasabi, I see, ganyan. Hindi lang ikaw nag-iisa. Tapos, sabi nila, you know what? Kasi start yun ng cycle ko. Yung mindset mo, sabi niya ganyan, mindset, mahalaga. Mahalaga yung, mo, focus ka lang. Like, they always reminding me. Kasi, this focus, marami daw kasi, yung parang right after the first cycle, they gave up. Parang di na kinakaya. Kasi na 5 days. Talagang, i-weigh down ka ng gamot. Which actually, initially, I felt that. Pero, knowing talaga, nilabanan ko. Kasi nakahiga ka lang Tapos pala yung mind mo talaga, hihilahin ka niya na, you're weak, you just lie down, matulog, mas sakit katawan mo. Hindi. Sabi ko, no, I'm not. Talagang, tapos naglalakad ako kahit konti-konti. Ngikot ko yung buong ospital. Parang, tapos hanggang sa mga 6 cycles yun Yung mga sumunod na cycles, parang na lang siya Parang nakaready na yung mga gagawin ko. Parang, okay. Parang naging vacation. Okay, next cycle, this is what I will do. I will try to paint. I will read this book. Ganon. And, the good thing, God, parang retreat na binigay niya sa akin. He gave us time to heal our marriage kasi it was just me and Gerald. Tapos, marathon kami ng CCF. That's the time when you about CCF. Marathon kami nun. Tapos, iba talaga pala pag yun yung mga things na pinapasok sa system mo rather than the negative ones talaga. So, it have a strong tapos focus on the kung ano yung goal na yun pa rin, focus pa rin na goal no? Kung ano yung
Oo.
nasigad lang, yung
Oo.
ano,
Pero,
hmm,
Jer, never mo siya sinisi?
no. Kasi nga,
Oh.
from the start na nag-surrender ako ate, I believe na you know his character. He's good. You know that he has plans for you. So whatever is happening along the way, that means everything will be for the good of either good or bad. Actually, yung isang ano ko talaga dyan na ano, yung James 1, share ko sa'yo, te. James 1 to 4. Like, let's read it because I have it here. Para ma-share na rin natin sa kanila. Parang, sabi, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete and not lacking anything. So, ang nag-stand out talaga dun sa akin is yung word na mature at saka yung joy. How will you be joyful during trials?
Exactly, no?
Kasi, parang mga ganun, paano maging masaya kapag dumadaan ka sa bagyo? Parang ang ironic, di ba? Pero ang pinakita talaga sa akin ni God, parang yung spiritual maturity pala, it is also something that is the grace from God. It's not something that you earn from yourself. Kasi if the testing is coming from God as well, ibig sabihin nun, yung He is already allowing you to mature spiritually. Tapos sabi pa nga di ba pag baby Christians to parang infants who feed on milk. Tapos as you mature, solid food na. So parang naano ko siya na pag infant milk, madaling i-digest. Ibig sabihin your life was magaan. Like everything was smooth and milk pa lang masaya. Pero kapag, sabi nila kasi pag mature Christian, something solid, harder to digest. So, kaya pala na you will be able to become joyful kasi you know that God is already calling you to become as a mature Christian.
That's the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, only here on Linguist Access Podcast. Thank you for listening to Linguist Access Podcast. Please give us a review on iTunes. Leave a comment. Like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next episode.